Good evening, race fans. Welcome into race 16 of 16 here tonight at the beautiful Homestead Miami Speedway. Here for 140 laps tonight to decide the championship. I'm here with my co-commentator Art in the booth. He'll be joining us momentarily. Just restarting his computer. I think he just hopped in the booth now.
Yeah, not restarting for, good reasons. Might be in and out of the broadcast depending on how my computer holds up.
Graphics cards, technical difficulties, but he'll do his best to be here. Stage break lap 30, 70% fuel capacity as always for an estimated fuel run of 37 to 42 laps. 5 sets of tires in the pits, 1 to start with. So 6 total sets, 0 fast repairs as always, and 3 green-white checkers to settle it if need be here tonight for the championship. It's been a long season. We got 4 very deserving drivers, and let's go ahead and take you down to the track as qualifying is underway. The most important session of the year. You weren't here last week. Championship 4, none of them are out on the racetrack yet. It is Nathaniel Landwehr, Jonathan Schwartz, Sean Anderson, and Michael Davis, your Championship 4 running for the Season 8 Xfinity Crown. Currently out on track. Tony Scarbo, Eric Shields. Shields will be the first to cross the line in the 27 machine. Tony Scarbo. Glenn Murphy Jr. making his return to on-track action. Always a threat for the win. And Sean Anderson will be the first out on the racetrack of the Championship 4. Schwartz out shortly behind him. And we are looking forward to seeing how close it'll be at the top. Sean Anderson about to start his lap. Here comes Eric Shields to complete his second. The driver of the 27 machine goes to the top of the charts, 33.26. Glenn Murphy, 33 flat. Let's go on board here with Sean Anderson as he sets off on his first flying lap. He's riding up towards the high side of the wall. See Schwartz on his first lap as well. And then on the 3 and 4 side of the racetrack, down to the bottom side, Lucas Reed quick on his first lap. And here comes Sean Anderson to cross the line. He'll go P2. Jonathan Schwartz, he's going to work on the top side of the racetrack for his first lap. He's going to try it. Oh, he's in the wall! And he's going to have to reset. So we'll stay with Sean Anderson to the completion of his second lap. Nathaniel Landwehr out for his first. He just started, and he's going to be consistent on that low side of the racetrack. It's very loose on corner exit. You can see him fighting it, having to make his corrections, but he had a really good first lap. I don't know if he'll be able to improve. He'll cross the line. He does improve, but he stays P2. And on board here with Nathaniel Landwehr. He's going to try and build the momentum by taking the high side, using the momentum to kickstart a strong second lap. He'll cross the line. His first lap good enough for 12th quickest. And taking that first groove, shortest way around the racetrack through 1 and 2. It's like a solid lap so far. Car seems to be under control. Down the back straightaway for the final time, and he's going to stay on the low side of the racetrack on both ends of the speedway. Naturally lets the car rise up, keep it off of the wall, and power down towards the start-finish line to complete the lap. Nathaniel Landwehr puts it on pole. 32.98, incredible. What does Schwartz have? He only gets the 1 lap at it. And the 58 machine, he will go P5. So Nathaniel Landwehr throws the first punch.
Schwartz and Cody B. Johnson tied there.
33.10.
Yeah.
So it's very tight. 32.98 for Landwehr. 33.05. Back to a 33.10. Michael Davis, a 33.2. So they're all within 0.2 of a second.
Nathaniel Landwehr, by the way, dropping the fastest lap we have seen in the session. Faster than anything done in practice.
So that is everyone. Ben Thomas and William Bowman not electing to qualify. 16 drivers here tonight for the championship. And it is time to go racing. Look at the top of your screen. We'll have the Championship 4 highlighted in purple, easily identifiable. But all of them will start in the top 8. I remember last season we came here. It was the round of 4 finale. There was a massive crash on lap 1. We'll see what happens here tonight. But all your Championship 4 starting in the top 8. It's been a very, very competitive season. And 140 laps to decide the championship here tonight at Homestead. Nathaniel Landwehr from Sean Anderson, from Jonathan Schwartz, and Michael Davis. MoFlow versus Speed Zone Esports versus the independent operation of Sean Anderson. Half of the 4 are MoFlows, so they very well may have a champion tonight. We'll see how they race each other if it comes down to it.
You get a feeling it's like, a 50% chance they win.
Yeah, I mean, that's the odds. Obviously, a lot of variables are going to go into effect here tonight, but here's a look at how they got there. You see in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, one-time winner this season, 11 top 5s, most of any driver this season for Landwehr. Played second fiddle a lot to his teammate Jared Lindsay, but he broke through when it mattered late in the season. And Sean Anderson, incredible consistency, finally broke through last week at Michigan. No better time for his first win of the season. Played the fuel mileage right, got the job done, 13 top 10s. And he was honest with us in his interview last week, said he needed to have that little bit more speed to break into the top 5s and compete for podiums and wins, but he's hoping to have that speed here tonight. Schwartz, always a threat for the win. Also 13 top 10s. They have the most of anybody tie between them. A one-time winner this season as well. And Michael Davis got in on a tiebreaker. 7 top 10s. Another very consistent season. The best driver left on average finish that attended every race this season. Also a one-time pole sitter. And those are their accolades as they head up for their one and only pace lap before they get up to speed. So head down the back straightaway. It's time for our favorite segment. Probably not what the drivers want to hear, but it is time for picks to win here tonight.
I'm taking Nathaniel Landwehr just before you get in.
I'm going to take Glenn Murphy Jr. He doesn't show up a lot this season, but when he does, he's always a threat for the win. So I'm going to pick a non-championship driver to win tonight. A little out of the groove here, but 48's always been super quick when he shows up. And he was a championship driver last season as well in the Final Four before some bad luck, and the strategy didn't go his way. Running a part-time schedule tonight, so he's just going for the win. Pace car is off. They're all trying to catch Nathaniel Landwehr as they enter the Geico restart zone, and we are green for the championship 140. 16
Outside
drivers.
line got a good jump there. Sean Anderson was able to go with Glenn Murphy Jr.
Yeah, all 16 drivers that registered did grid up. And Landwehr crucially going to cover off the 48. Sean Anderson maintains his position, as does Schwartz. Michael Davis already up 1, trying to make it 2 on the first lap. He is your big mover in the 57 machine. So 4 championship drivers all within the top 6. Landwehr leads lap number 1. Homestead, an absolutely fantastic track for the finale. You're going to see multiple grooves used here tonight. And right now, it's the top groove, and Glenn Murphy Jr. using that momentum to power through to the lead, and he's already 3 car lengths ahead. The good news is for Landwehr, he's ahead of the rest of his championship rivals. Randy Arms aggressive on the back bumper, so he's got to be worried about that. It doesn't matter if Glenn Murphy Jr. sets off into the distance as long as you're beating your championship rivals. Obviously want to win, but if second place guarantees you a championship, then so be it.
I mean, he's got Sean Anderson right there on his bumper.
And Randy using that outside. Let's go on board here with the 66 machine. Just want to take a peek here. No, not saving fuel. That shouldn't be a concern for anyone tonight. But his last...
they only have to make it to lap 30.
His last lap was 0.4 of a second slower than Glenn Murphy Jr., who is pushing out in front. 33.2 for Glenn Murphy Jr., a 33.7. So Landwehr very obviously trying to save his stuff, and here is the first championship battle of the night. 3 cars, nose to tail, and Cody B. Johnson. It's almost 4 championship drivers right in a row. 57 just has to get by the 04, and then it's 4 in a line. But you can kind of tell they're the 66 trying to save his stuff early on, so he has stuff to fight later towards the end of the stage, and then he'll have track position on the restart. You can see your 66 going to the bottom, the 15 up top, 58 on the bottom, 57 on the bottom as well, so different lines being used. And here comes the 15 machine. Seems like the first 2 grooves are kind of exclusively used in 3 and 4. Whereas 1 and 2, you can kind of go all over the place.
That 15 might have opened the door for the 58. He's looking on the inside now.
They're all right on top of each other. The first 2 have checked out. And honestly, it's not the worst idea. 30 laps here if you can build a big advantage and then kind of hang on as we are side by side between the championship rivals for the first time tonight. Sean Anderson to the point. Only for a moment. 66 shortest way around the racetrack, but out of turn number 4, there goes the 15 machine. And he'll lead your championship 4 for the first time here on lap number 7. 3rd and 4th and 6th and 7th. Very competitive here in the early going.
Are we 3 wide back here with Michael Davis?
Michael Davis,
really
an aggressive move. The 41 also getting involved in this fight now. The 57 and the 58 have to be very careful here, because they are in this midfield battle. Homestead very racy, so you're going to have guys going for it. We'll see what Sean Anderson elects to do now. He's got the clean air, as Randy Arms and Glenn Murphy Jr. are already a second and a half ahead of this battle. So realistically, the 15 does have clean air. He can kind of afford to save his stuff here. I'll be curious to see how much the 66 decides to drop back. Because right now, he's got 2 non-championship drivers ahead of him, as well as, obviously, Sean Anderson. But do you really want Sean's teammate, Cody B. Johnson, to get ahead of you as well? Because we saw the team play they did last week at Michigan to secure that win on fuel strategy. So not sure if you want to have 2 teammates in front of you. But his pace is somewhat maintained. He's brought it down from a 33.7 back into the 33s, the mid-33s. Quickest car last lap was Randy Arms, who has closed the gap to half a second on your race leader. Here's the closest battle on track. Lucas Reed, Ryan Tiller, Tony Scarbo, all going at it.
Early on, I'll be curious to see what happens after that stage or lap 30 stage.
Yeah, because really there's no point. You don't have to see a Jonathan Schwartz alternative strategy. You know, there's no stage points. It's really just beat the 3 other championship competitors. So I'll be curious to see how they manage it. It honestly looks like the 58 saving his stuff as well, because he's down 3 positions from the start. Landwehr down 4. So it seems like they're in a bit of tire management. Yes, this is the Light Speed Racing League Xfinity Series. The Season 8 Championship underway. Ryan Tiller up 3 spots. Ben Thomas up 4, and he is taking the absolute Larson line there. I love seeing these cars rip the wall at Homestead. And And the 41 was able to get by the 66 Landwehr, so now there's a buffer car. They do. It has not been announced yet. Details will be coming soon in their Discord, I imagine, very soon. They're just going to take a couple weeks off after this season. So we're at lap number 13, almost halfway through the one and only stage here tonight, and the battle for the lead continues to heat up as Randy Arms has closed the gap to 3 car lengths. He's looking on that low side. That's going to be a hard pass to get done on Glenn Murphy Jr. as they are 2.5 seconds ahead of Sean Anderson in third. So these guys are running a blistering pace, not holding anything back. And then another
really kind of curious about this because, like, could it just be Landwehr trying to figure out what it will feel like in a long run?
It very well could be. Look at this aggressive move here from Michael Davis, way down to the inside. Trying to get around Cody B. Johnson. He's going to send it off into turn number 3. What a move there from the 57. Now he's got Landwehr next up. He's going to go to the top side. He's going to try and get that momentum wound up and try and chase down the 66. But they're a ways back here from the 15 of Sean Anderson. 2 seconds back almost for the 66.
What has happened to Schwartz? He's fallen off too.
He's down 4 positions. Don't see any damage. Let's go on board with him. Wonder if he's just testing things out in this first 30 laps. No saving fuel. Because when we get back to green flag action stage, obviously at lap 30, you'll have 110 to go, a couple pace laps, so roughly 40 laps. Go from roughly 33 to 73. It will take 2 stops after the stage break to make it, so they're gonna have to execute well on pit road tonight. 57 got up into the wall there a little bit. Cody B. Johnson going to go back by him on the inside. It's one of those things you got to be careful about when you're running the wall. Don't overcook it. But if you're going to overcook it, you'd rather already be up against the fence. So
Give it a little love tap and love slap, you know?
I'll be very curious to see if the 66 starts reeling back in the guys around him. His last lap of 34.2. Sean Anderson's last lap of 34.4. So by that calculation, the 66 has saved his tires, and he'll be coming back towards this group up front.
I mean, there is that much fall off after just your 17 laps. That's going to be insane for an actual long run.
And the best lap of the night, 33.10 for your race leader, Glenn Murphy Jr. His last lap, a 34.4, so 1.3 seconds slower. And that's a heck of a lot of fall off in 19 laps. Sean Anderson trying to hang on, and he's got Landwehr all over his back bumper here. Again, 0.2 quicker. So this is obviously a shot across the bow. Landwehr showing that he's able to save his tires a little bit better. He's closing back in. Randy has never been closer to the race lead than he is right now. He's still trying to find a way around on the bottom. Can he get back to the throttle first with that 48 with the momentum? So tough to beat. Going into turn number 3, it would take like almost a slide job, but don't want to risk that this early. I think he might have him here back to the throttle. 48 with the crossover, but we do have the first lead change of the night. And I think the 8 should have it now. He's got the preferred line. He'll have the momentum. He looks to be a bit quicker right now. But he puts that right rear quarter panel on the wall. And he still gets the momentum, and he is now clear. And he'll look to survive for the next 10 laps. As Landwehr has caught Sean Anderson.
I think we'll be seeing Landwehr challenging for the lead here in a couple of laps. Might take about 10, but he'll get there. He is consistently running faster laps than the leaders.
0.3 of a second. That last time by. He's got to make this pass, though. And he's not really worried about the stage when at this point, obviously. You're just trying to get ahead of this guy right here, the 15 machine of Sean Anderson. Be curious to see what the 15 does. Obviously, a long way to go right now. But, I mean, that's a message sent, saying, hey, I got more grip, more rubber on these tires. I save my stuff better than you. Try and keep up over the course of the next 100 and something laps. And he's already 2 car lengths clear, and he'll set off after the race leaders. 2.5 seconds up the road. 0.2 quicker than your race leader, even while making the pass. So with that, though, it'll be something to keep in the back of everyone's minds. As here comes Schwartz. He did the same thing. He was saving his stuff. And now he's coming back up through this field. He's even quicker than Landwehr, so it'll be curious.
I'm entirely unsurprised by Moflo having the somewhat different strategy and it working.
I'll be curious. I know the odds of a caution after the stage break are low just because of how clean these guys have been running all season. But if we get a short run late, Sean Anderson would really be the first one to have that, like, hey, I know what it takes to run full out on the limit from the drop of the green flag. That's what he did this run. Landwehr might not have that. He could overstep the boundaries a little bit. Same with Schwartz. They were saving and kind of just were better than everyone around them just due to the fall off.
I mean, if you want to talk about going full out, I think you give Landwehr fresh set of tires and a restart. He set the fastest lap in qualifying. I believe he set the fastest lap in practice. He did. I don't know if you want to give him a chance to go all out.
That's a good point, but obviously Sean Anderson's like, well, hey, I was able to get away, on that short run there, so maybe he's thinking I got, short run speed in my back pocket to fall back on. Did we lose Ben Thomas? I think we did.
We did. Well, he never... Oh, he did go up.
He came down to pit road, and then, not sure what happened after that, but now we got a 3-car fight for the lead here. Don't know if Landwehr will actually have enough time to get around. 2 cars, as now Schwartz gets around Anderson. Michael Davis, he was up 3 spots at one point, but he's suffering the effects of pushing early. He's back to where he started in 8th. So they run 3rd, 4th, 5th, 8th at the moment. Again, Landwehr, he doesn't have to push here. He doesn't have to get by these race leaders. He's got time in his pocket, 2 seconds back to Schwartz. But it's about to get very real here. Just a couple of laps. We're going to have to make a pit stop and re-rack everybody after the stage break. And then there, it's kind of, you're locked into that long run. What do you got? But he is still closing in. He's got a second now. I think he'll play this a little conservatively, though. Doesn't have to go for the aggressive move.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still nice to just because you can.
You might as well. 2 laps to go on the stage, and it's Randy Arms out front. He started 3rd. Able to get around Glenn Murphy Jr., and then obviously Landwehr falling back to save tires, and now charging back up to the front. Gap is under a second. Let's see how he tries to set up Glenn Murphy Jr. here was 0.4 of a second faster than Glenn on the last lap and 0.2 quicker than Randy. Final lap, Randy comfortably ahead at the moment. If it was lap 40, you'd be singing another song. Michael Davis in a fierce battle there with the 21 on the last lap of the stage. And into 3, it's 6 car lengths, and Landwehr, I think, will just kind of hold position. 48 takes a little bit of a defensive line.
He's going for it.
Drag race to the line, and it should be Glenn Murphy Jr. there.
By about a nose, depending on where the caution came out.
With that 66. Serious speed at the end of that stage, 0.2 quicker. The only 2 guys to run in the 34-second bracket that last lap were him and Shorts. So they are able to save their stuff a little bit better. John Anderson about 0.2 down. Michael Davis was in a fierce battle with them Yin. But now it's about execution on pit road. I mean, I know we're coming in under caution conditions, but we've seen people kind of miss their box a little bit, even under yellow. That is all 15 cars remaining in the race are on track on the lead lap.
Who's got the pit crew? Who's paying out bonuses this week?
Looks like the 66 stops perfectly in his box. We would expect him to win the race off pit road.
I think that's going to Randy.
That was all 4 right there. It looks like everybody is out. William Bowman, the only long pit stop. He probably had a little bit of damage, 18 seconds. And Landwehr, I mean, yeah, kind of misworded that. Won the race off pit road for the championship drivers. Shorts 4th. Sean Anderson 5th. Michael Davis 9th. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 9th. But this will be a bit of a quicker one. So it looks like we'll get caught back up here. We'll go back on lap 34. Because there's no lap down cars to pit. So they should go off this time by here. And there they do. While that's happening, let's quickly get a word in tonight, as we done every race, from the amazing sponsors of the LSRL Xfinity Series. A massive shout out to Gridfinder, Butt Kicker, Wilder Graphics, Sim3D, Sim Racer Hub for all their support of the LSRL Xfinity Series and all the work that they've done this season. So we're back underway here, lap 35, and right off the rip, Randy Arms with a great restart. He'll hold position. As Landwehr holds serve, Shorts right there. Sean Anderson, they've all maintained off the start. Michael Davis from 9th to 7th, so he's back in the mix as well. And how about we crank it up here for the first time tonight in the championship finale. As the battle for the lead has reignited here between Randy Arms and Glenn Murphy Jr. Jonathan Shorts was able to get by Landwehr. Here comes the 41 of Jonathan Mazzella. Interestingly enough, Michael Davis now up to 6th. I believe Sean Anderson is going to try and save here. He saw exactly what happened in that first stage, and he's just backing off a little bit and trying to come back at these guys a little bit later in the run.
Problem is, I believe that's what Sean Anderson, Jonathan Shorts and Landwehr are also doing. Maybe a little less extreme this time, but they're still letting Randy Arms and Glenn Murphy kind of walk away right now.
So last lap for Sean Anderson, 34 flat. For Shorts, 34 flat. Landwehr, 34 flat. Michael Davis, 34.8. So they're all within 0.2 of a second of each other.
In lap times, but on track, they're about a second apart.
Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, this is what we wondered here. How aggressive will this 58 and the 66 race each other? Teammates for a championship. Art, I'd put you in the outside wall in lap 1, eliminate my competition, but that's how we operate.
Can't say it'd be any different.
I mean, they're all right there. That's 3 in a line, and here comes Michael Davis around the outside of Landwehr, so he's pushing just a little bit more. If he can get around this 66 and the 58, we would have all 4 championship drivers out in front of at one point or another. He's going to go to that top side. He's going to try and get this move done. Crack into the top 5 and move into that runner-up spot in the championship. 66 going to slide up, though, not allowing him to do it. And the intensity has picked up just ever so slightly. The top 2 again have checked out, but from 3rd down to 15th, it's 3 seconds. It's pretty incredible. Michael Davis does get around the 66. Just wonder if he'll burn up his stuff like we saw Anderson in the first run.
He's riding real high on the high side.
But it's got him the momentum, and I think he'll finally get the move done this time through 3 and 4, at least on the 66. This is the battle for 5th position, and that 66 is hanging tough. You don't want to, obviously you're trying to get around your championship competitors, but the earlier you get back on the throttle. Oh, that's going to be contact, the 66! He's going to hang on to it. How much damage does he have to that right side? That could have been championship altering right there. Let's take another look at this. as the 57 does complete the pass. Probably not how he would have wanted to do it. The 66 coming way up the racetrack. And honestly, that is not on Michael Davis whatsoever. He is holding consistent. I mean, he was running right in the 58's tire track, so a mistake there from the 66. Surprised he was fighting so hard to stay on the bottom there. You never know. We have seen a bunch of people snap loose on the top side, so I'm surprised he wanted to battle it that hard. But definitely a knock to that right side. We'll see if we can get a good look at it here.
Yeah, it might have been our first championship implications of the night.
So him and Sean Anderson running 8th and 9th now. We'll wait till he comes around to the front stretch to take a better look at that right side. That was a little bit of a slide, though, so those tires are going to be impacted more than anything. I think he escaped severe damage, but definitely a slide. Didn't really lose that much time. I don't see that much damage on the 66. It was better that he hit it rather than the 57 coming down into him. He kind of just spun himself out there, a little half spin. But he's looking to be okay. Still pretty racy. He's going to dive up underneath Ryan Tiller, or try to. The 57 going for the move on the 58 here as well. It's 5 cars right under a blanket. 66 kind of boxed in right here.
Yeah, if I was a 66, I'd be pretty careful right now. You don't want to get caught up in someone else's shenanigans.
And almost if you're the 66, you've had that heart in your mouth moment. None of the other championship contenders have, so you kind of like, all right, we got that out of the way. Let's just minimize mistakes and 3 wide, why the heck not? It's like, we're going for it. This is a proper fight. We went a little bit loose there. We'll see what the 66 and 57 do here when they get back to each other. Again, I think that was more on the 66 coming up. Thought the 57 did a nice job holding his line. But we'll see if there's any bad blood as the battle for the lead is kicking off at the same time. And Sean Anderson might be loving what he's seeing right here. He's kind of watching everybody else fight it out and almost spin. And he said, I'm just sitting here. I'll save my stuff and I'll catch you guys in a couple of laps. But I'm pretty impressed with the 57's staying power on that outside line. He's been there since the start of the run. And he's making it work.
I mean, he's found his line. He's going to stick to it.
You got to go where you're comfortable. Looks to be a little bit more aggressive on the entry. He sacrifices a little bit on exit, but that's okay when you're running the top because you're still getting a runoff anyway, so why not try and wind it up early through the corner? Again, it's 3 cars right in the fight here. Got a Jeffrey Rudick crank it up request. Why not? It's championship night. Glenn Murphy Jr. and Randy Archer just having fun together. 3.2 seconds ahead of Jonathan Mazzella. They're just going side by side every lap for the lead. Mazzella kind of stuck in no man's land, and while we were cranking it up, Landwehr does get by Michael Davis. He's going to set off after his teammate here. He's got incredible long run speed despite that little half spin he was in. Quickest in practice, quickest in qualifying. It might be his night. I don't think Schwartz will let him off too easy, though. Michael Davis only half a second behind them. He looks like he's losing a little bit. But he's been pretty aggressive with that high side. He'll lose a position. He's going to go fight it back, though. This time I'm going to try the inside line. And Sean Anderson hanging out ninth. Trying to just save his stuff. It looks like he was quicker than Michael Davis last lap. And Landwehr last lap. So we'll see if he can get back into this fight. I mean, he's only 1.3 seconds behind it. To say he's out of it is not even an accurate statement. We'll just see if he's able to close the gap. He's right there. It's one mistake from anyone ahead of him, and he's right there to pounce on it. Especially
one mistake, or if he had saved, the tires.
Yeah. And right now, because you look at it, Schwartz is leading the championship. He'd win it. He's 1.3 seconds ahead of Sean Anderson in ninth. That's the last of the four. That is made up on pit road alone, 1.3 seconds, just getting on and off. If you can just nail your pit stops, you make up that time.
Ooh, I think 66 got a little loose there.
Yeah. You got to have a lot of confidence in the car above you to not snap loose. I don't know if I'd willingly put myself underneath another car, especially at Homestead. The topside works so well to make moves. And here comes Sean Anderson. Michael Davis, I think, went to the high side a little bit too early. Again, though, he's 1.3 seconds behind Schwartz. That's made up on a pit stop. You pit a lap earlier, you can get that time back. You just have a better entrance, you get the time back. It's a fascinating race playing out right now. As we're about probably halfway to a pit stop here.
I was going to question your math skills. I thought you were going to say halfway through the race.
Absolutely not. That is coming in 13 laps, though, so it'll be here before you know it.
Hey, look at you. You can't do math.
As Randy has finally put some distance on himself from Glenn Murphy Jr. Where's Corbin Simmons with the Randy Arms race pick? He's letting us down.
Oh, he's taking a nap because he's a grown man and he can do that.
So they've actually caught the 41 of Mazzella, interestingly enough. So the fight for the podium is back on. The fight for the championship has been on since lap number 1. Sean Anderson gets around Michael Davis. And he is 1.1 seconds behind Schwartz. So Anderson is the quickest out of your championship 4 at the moment. So he definitely saved a little bit here. The problem is, I think you have to get it all back before pit stops, because as bad as the fall off is, if someone comes in a lap before you, you're just going to lose time hand over fist by staying out. But we've seen it before where if someone runs really long, they come back and they charge on the new tires late in the run. So really, it just, like, what do you feel comfortable with? Do you want to try and be the aggressor by pitting first, or do you want to be the aggressor by pitting last? You can do it both ways. Sean Anderson, the quickest of the championship 4 again on this lap. He runs a 34.7. Schwartz a 34.8, and Landwehr matches him with a 34.7. It's like Eric Shields is in. He's going to be aggressive and pit first before anyone else, and he'll be the quickest car on the racetrack. Stops nice and neat in his box. Right side's going on. We'll see if this prompts anybody. Left side's going on 4 tires, and fill it up with Sunoco Racing fuel because it's only 8 seconds. Back to William Bowman in 13th. You got battles pretty much everywhere else. Casey Brown is chasing down Lucas Reed. Cody B. Johnson chasing down Michael Davis, who looks to be kind of losing the handling on that race car a little bit. A little loose there. Michael Davis, I mean, he's chasing down Ryan Tiller, Mazzella. I mean, they're all right here. Somebody is battling somebody. And Scarabo's going to come in, so that prompted him to pit once Eric Shields did that. I think Michael Davis might be one of those that tries to pit first, just because he's 2.5 seconds behind. You pit a lap earlier, you get that time right back. And then if you're somehow able to get ahead, then maybe you can save your stuff on the second run a little bit better. Then you got some track position. Casey Brown was really loose out of 2 there and down the back straightaway.
Man was going for a ride there.
Sean Anderson is still slightly quicker. He's basically kind of bouncing around that 1 second to 1.1 second gap. He probably wishes the 21 wasn't there. He'd love to have a tiny bit more clean air, but... And like we said, Michael Davis, he's coming in. We'll see if this prompts any of the Championship 4 to do anything with him.
I would think Sean Anderson have to come in next time by. You don't want to be, like, undercut by the guys in front of you. Here
comes Ryan Tiller. So he has some earlier pit stops than we thought, but the fall off here is huge. Casey Brown, hang on to it. He's not going to be able to. He does make it to pit road. Pretty decent chunk there on the right front. He does get around the 21, so you got 3 championship cars in a row. Michael Davis with the aggressive strategy. 14.8 second pit stop. Great stop by the 57 crew. And he'll be quicker than these 3 right here. But it's more so, do you want to pit? You're not worried about what Ryan Tiller or Casey Brown does. Or Eric Shields, for that matter, the guys that pitted before you. He is still...
You're worried about what Michael Davis does.
Right. But you're continuing to gain on the 2 championship 4 drivers right in front of you, so that's hard to say, oh, I need to pit now when I'm, not losing time to the guys in front of me.
I think as long as you can come in with them and gauge, because a lot of drivers will use the people in front of them coming into pit road as their guide to slow down.
Yeah. Cody B. Johnson is that. Remember, that's his teammate, so I bet he'll kind of let him know how it feels. But Michael Davis, this is his first lap at speed 33.8, and it is hand over fist faster. He'll be the lead car. It only takes 2 laps to make up that 2-second margin, so he'll be out in front of the championship 4. Problem is, these guys are going to be so quick towards the end of the run, so that's the strategy that you give up. Sean Anderson, I know, would love to be about 2 car lengths closer just to get a little bit of draft on the front and back straightaway. Anything to help his race time. But he is... They're all in the 34.9s now. They're pretty much matching each other for consistency. Great to see.
I mean, he will be getting a little help here once these guys get around Glenn Murphy Jr. Potentially be able to pull himself in, get a little closer, act as a bridge potentially to them.
Michael Davis, he's back up to 9th, and he's going to pass these guys on track, so that's a psychological effect too, if they stay out that long. I mean, he's going to be quite some distance ahead, but they'll reel him back in towards the end, and then do you do another pit stop? I mean, how long do they stay out? And Glenn Murphy Jr. starting to fall back. Now he's in the 35s. There goes your race leader. There goes Glenn Murphy Jr. There goes Damien. And there are your top 3, 1.2 seconds. Schwartz now has clean air. He went half a tenth quicker than both of them. He's kind of bringing along that 66 in the draft, and that's why I said Sean Henderson would love just a handful of car lengths to be pulled along with him. He's going to give up a spot here to Michael Davis. Lucas Reed also still on the racetrack. So your top 4, 3 of them being championship contenders. electing to stay out. They're going to go long. I'm kind of curious by that, because even your race leader, Glenn Murphy Jr. and Randy Arms have come in. And they are just sticking to their guns. Michael Davis will unlap himself here in probably the next lap or two. And just look at the speed difference. He can just go up an extra lane, just get back to the throttle.
Here comes Sean Anderson.
And I think that's a good move here because he went pretty long. He went longer than Michael Davis. He went pretty long compared to the rest of the field. And then those last 2 laps, he started losing a little bit. So he said, there's really no point. I'm going to get 4 fresh tires on. And the effect won't be as drastic. I mean, he'll be giving up a handful of laps. We'll just see how much the 66 and the 58 stay out for. As Michael Davis unlaps himself, as does Randy Arms. And they're still going to stay out there, so this even gives a chance for Sean Anderson to leapfrog them as well. As they get unlapped by the rest of the field naturally, they're going to be way down the order. I'm curious what they saw in practice. We know they have the skill to pull it off, so I'm curious to see how it'll play out in the long run. They got to be careful because they're almost getting run over by the guys behind them. They're giving up at least a second. Sean Anderson, 14.9. He was on pit road for 44.6 seconds. Michael Davis, 44.3, so good stops for them. Lucas Reed is in. So it's just your top 2 that are now the top 2 in the championship as well. And it's getting pretty dicey with cars they're unlapping themselves, but they're also battling for position, and it's getting a little dicey there between the 23 and the 21. And here comes the 58, and the 66 is going to go another lap even. So even among the teammates, they're not on the same strategy. And let's see how big the gap is. 50 miles an hour. Michael Davis off of turn number 2.
I don't think they're racing as teammates this race. I know they are on the same team, but they are not even in the same voice channel.
Right side's going on. Left side's going on. And Landwehr's coming in the next lap. Away the 58 goes. Michael Davis will be ahead by some margin here. Sean Anderson going to get by as well. I thought Sean Anderson would be further ahead. He's only going to come out a second or so, and that's 3-lap difference on tires there. Shorts 43.07, so he goes even quicker on pit lane. Landwehr has that number 1 stall. He can go right out back into the race until he's trying to fire up and smoke the tires. 44 seconds, so a bit slower. And that extra lap, that puts him even further behind.
I mean, you see Schwartz going around his outside there.
He is 9 seconds behind Michael Davis, 2 seconds behind his teammate Schwartz, 3 seconds behind Sean Anderson. But he'll be the quickest car on the racetrack, with 1 more pit stop required. It is 9 seconds. Now all 4 of the championship drivers have officially led, not the race, but Championship 4 itself. Randy Arms and Glenn Murphy Jr. have been in a different postal code tonight. That's pretty incredible to have all 4 drivers ahead at one point. Now you'll see the effect. Michael Davis, this lap, he comes off turn number 4. He runs a 34.28. Let's go back to Sean Anderson, who's got 8-lap fresher tires. A 33.7. Let's go back to Shorts. Even fresher tires. 33.6. And Nathaniel Landwehr, 33.6 as well. So they are quicker Michael Davis has the track position. This is the closest battle on track right now. These four right here: Cody B. Johnson, Jonathan Mazzella, Tony Scarbo, and Ryan Tiller. Should be noted that Casey Brown spent a minute 24 on pit road due to his aggressive entry, smacked the right front. So he's the only car a lap down. Everyone else still running. So all 15 that are still here, still running with 14 on the lead lap. I'm very curious to watch the Sean Anderson shorts battle. There's 3-lap difference on tires.
And about a tenth difference in speed that lap.
If you can manage that 3-lap difference, then Sean Anderson is really going to come into play here. Because they are tracking down Michael Davis. It's 3.5 seconds back to him. But Michael Davis, very early stop. That's by design. He wants to be aggressive. They have plenty of sets of tires, so why the heck not? You use them up and see how the cars fall at the end of the night.
Especially if you don't know, when you get these cycles going, we saw all the cars just bunched up around each other. Cars on new tires trying to get around cars on old tires. Like, we could realistically see a caution here of just cars trying to get around each other.
Definitely. But it's been a pretty incredible race thus far, and there's sure to be more twists and turns. Here is Sean Anderson has got the gap now to 2.5 seconds, and he is under severe pressure from Schwartz at the moment. Got another crank it up redemption from you.
From me!
And there is the pass from the 58. We'll crank it up once that pass is made. Schwartz does go through. So let's crank it up. But we are officially over halfway. That kind of came and went during that pit cycle. So less than half of the final race. We're nearing the 40 to go margin here in the next 16 laps or so.
I'm glad we have Jeffrey Rudick in chat. He seems to enjoy the crank it up as much as I do.
Like hearing the race cars, but here comes Jonathan Schwartz on Michael Davis on the fresh tire. Sean Anderson right there as well. Not letting him get away. As the sun starts to set here. 58 on 57, 58 on the low line, 57 been running that high line all race long, and there goes 58 with the superior grip. Sean Anderson trying to get in the mix. Landwehr is kind of hunting back there as well. A second and a half off. He's got a lap fresher tire than Schwartz, so we'll see how big that one lap will be when it gets down to it. It's going to be important here for Sean Anderson. He pitted at about 1.4 seconds behind Schwartz. He's got to try and find a way to stay with him. Because obviously the 3-lap difference on tires, you saw Schwartz go by. So if you come in 3 laps again, you get past right at the end of it as well. So I think Michael Davis needs a caution to break his way to make the short pitting work.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Those 3 laps, but he tried to undercut it, and I mean,
because we saw we say it all every week. It's a short-term gain. It comes back to bite you late in the run when you do it that drastically. That's what Michael Davis is experiencing right now. But he's trying something different, which I can appreciate. Probably is like, well, okay, I don't have the utmost long run speed, so I got to do something a little different. If we catch a caution, it works out. And I mean, he's been very consistent, and he's continuing to be consistent, battling all the way. But I think he needs a little bit of help to get back up there with those guys. We saw what he can do on the short run. He's only 3 seconds behind this group, so definitely not out of it. But Schwartz right now has 0.7 of a second on Sean Anderson, and he's holding on nicely with those 3-lap older tires. If he can just manage this gap, he'll definitely have something to say at the end. The final pit stop will be so very important. And Landwehr pitted on lap 74. Let's just show you what we're talking about with the tires. You'll see it here. Landwehr pitted on 74. He's got the freshest tires, and that's why he's making up the most ground. John Anderson lap 70. He's losing a little bit. Not as much as Michael Davis, who pitted on 62. But just losing a little bit the longer the run goes, and it's pretty much even 73 and 74 between the teammates. We'll see what the gap is. It looks like last lap Schwartz was actually 0.3 of a second slower. I'm shocked the gap is that big. So Landwehr might be in the catbird seat here. Eric Shields is in now, so he's going to short pit 2 times in a row here. Yeah, what would be perfect is if the guys that short pit, they all come around and get their fresh tires, they lap everybody, and right as they lap everybody, the caution comes out. You have 6 sets of tires, so everyone comes back down and you get track position late.
I think that's wishful thinking, asking for a caution. Again, it's possible, but unlikely.
We will see how it goes. Yeah, Schwartz picked it up that lap a little bit, only lost a 1/10 there. You don't want a caution affecting it. We just kind of want to see it go green to the end and just see how it all plays out. Jared Lindsay couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately. He kind of stepping back from the sim racing side of things. He's got some real-world certifications he's chasing. I think he said something about getting a pilot's license or something. He's got some exciting stuff. He was so close to making it had his internet not let him down last week. But he is in voice with Landwehr, probably giving him some pointers. The 5-time winner, again, just let down by a technical glitch. I'd love to see how he played into this race, especially with Randy Arms and Glenn Murphy Jr. There might be another challenger up there. But glad to see that he's helping out his teammate with Landwehr. So we'll see if that coaching or that advice, he might be on the box, might be spotting. We'll see how it pays off.
It's working out pretty well for him right now. He's a 10th faster last lap over Schwartz. I still can't believe they're actually going so like strong into it, but they're in separate voice channels.
Again, if we were ever fighting for a championship and it came down to this, where we're both in a Final Four, I'd be in the voice chat with you as I wrecked you to eliminate you from, competition. It would just be like, hey, I'm going to do this. You're done.
You'd pull a Danica.
Let Corbin win. I'd tell you who's having a solid run. And that's Samuel Demian. Absolutely. Your Dega winner a couple of weeks ago. He just missed the playoffs. I wonder what he could have done had that win got him locked into the next round and the next round. But he's having a very solid run right now. Right now, we are very close to 40 to go. We're almost in the final fuel window. And Schwartz is holding on strong. They're not in the same voice channel like you mentioned, so obviously they're not going to communicate what they're doing. All bets are off with the next pit stop only a handful of laps away. The money stop of all money stops this season. See there, about 42 laps, 43 that are just over halfway through that now. Sean Anderson a little bit closer, obviously, as he short-pitted by a couple of laps, so we'll see how close they want to make it. You always have a green-white checkered in the back of your mind just in case. You want to be prepared for everything. The final fuel window is about to open, so we'll see how they play it. There's a four-way battle for the final podium spots. Sean Anderson lurking, waiting if something happens. And it's 2x2 right now. Just hoping that everyone keeps it out of the wall.
As you say that, Glenn Murphy Jr. looked like he was getting real close. He was flirting with it.
At the 66, I mean, he's caught that 58. He saved a little bit of tire. He's got the one lap advantage, but in the dirty air of the 58, has that one lap advantage gone away? Catching your teammate is one thing, passing him is another, especially when that teammate's a championship rival. It's all going to come down to the pit strategy, the final stop, how good you are on and off the pit road. Can they catch Randy Arms even? They are quicker than him by about a tenth a lap. So could they decide the championship with the win to boot? And all bets look at this. Aggressive. Down the back straightaway, but the 66, he's got to the right rear quarter panel. He's got the outside line. Thought he was going to try and make it stick around the outside. Not able to do so just yet. Would you say it has to be almost an instant response once the final pit stops start? Yeah. Especially if Schwartz is ahead in pits before you. You can't just go another 5 or 6 laps and let him gain time in the final, 30 to 20 laps.
I would very much honestly see, if it was Schwartz, if it's Landwehr, I would be slamming on the brakes trying to get in with him. I will take us, too wide into pit lane.
Because if he's already ahead of you, he's got the clean air, you're burning your stuff up. If he comes in a lap and you do 5 or 6 more, you saw how hard it is to get around him. He caught him. He had to run him down by a couple of seconds, but he's not able to make that move. And there's really not a whole lot of time left. We're inside of 40 to go. The final fuel window is open. Here comes Scarbo. Could he be Johnson pitted right at 100? So, I mean, we are in the final round of green flag pit stops for the season. I think the important thing here is not to worry about the guys around you. Sean Anderson 2.5 back. He still has a say in this. He's a little bit further back. He probably will have to just say short pit it and just go all out. And if they pass you with a couple laps to go, that so be it. But he's still in contention. Yeah, but they should not be worried about what Randy Arms is doing or what Damien is doing or Glenn Murphy. It's strictly right now a 3-car fight. Michael Davis is in. He was about 10 seconds back.
I mean, even then, Sean Anderson's 3 seconds back. It would take a lot to gain 3 seconds on pit road.
You kind of just throw caution to the wind. Championship going to be decided here. About 35 laps, and Shorts is placing his car perfectly on the defense. But when do they pull the trigger on the final pit stop? Michael Davis, again, executing well, 43 seconds. And with some of the non-championship drivers, Randy Arms, Glenn Murphy Jr., Jonathan Mazzellos, and Randy pitting from the lead. He's going to go 35 laps to the end here, trying to pick up his 4th win of the season. He very easily could have been a championship contender. Missed the final race in the round of 6, I believe. And as the sun starts to set, giving us a beautiful picture around Homestead, this is the championship fight. Currently 1-2. Sean Anderson is in. Michael Davis.
See how long it takes for us to get a response from the leaders now.
Because he is close enough to make them like, hey, do we need to pit? What are we going to do? Just going to have to nail it. You want to be as aggressive as you can and not overshoot it. And it looks to be perfect. Maybe a little bit short, but it's as good as he needs it to be. Doesn't have to make any additional moves. Hoping for a great stop from the 15 crew. And he is down and away at 16 seconds. Not as good as he would have wanted. But now it's time for him to go for broke.
He's got to find them landwear qualifying laps.
Yeah, I don't think Michael Davis will even pass Sean Anderson. He will not. So now it's Sean Anderson. He's just got to... It's a little bit long on pit road. I think, actually, he might have been a little short.
Did landwear get faked out here?
Let's take a look. He lost 0.6 of a second.
I mean, I don't think it was a fake out. I think he psyched himself out.
Oh, yeah, that was weird. So now I feel like if you're Landwehr, you kind of have to commit to coming in before him. Yeah, but Sean Anderson, I think he was... It looked short from the angle we had. I think he kind of had to do that stupid thing where you put it in first for a second and gas it up. That's why it was 16 seconds. I think it was like an inch too short or something. And that cost him, but... He's just going to have to go for broke here. He's 41 seconds behind Schwartz. It's a 43-second pit lane time. Quickest car on track of the Championship 4. Landwehr with a slight bobble. Coming to 30 laps to go. And here comes Landwehr. I think Schwartz has to respond next lap. Down at 50 miles an hour for the final stop of his season unless we get a caution. Don't overshoot the box. You got stall number 1. Aggressive as you can. You can see a little bit of a skid mark there. Aggressive into the box. And here comes Schwartz sliding off the banking. Landwehr. It's 14.7. 42.10 on pit road. Excellent. On and off. Now Schwartz has to respond. All the pressure right now on this 58.
By the way, Sean Anderson is just now passing Landwehr. It's definitely going to come down to the two of Landwehr and Schwartz.
Yeah, he pulls 0.3 of a second. He did everything he absolutely could. And he's got 4 laps now.
Schwartz is away.
Down and away. And here they come. That'll be Shorts trying to hold him off. I don't think he's going to be able to. It's going to be so close. Don't clip the grass. There goes Cody B. Johnson. Oh, that's close on the exit. And there goes Landwehr. 42.7. The 0.6 of a second difference was made up on pit road. Shorts has 1 lap fresher tires. No need to save. The championship is wide open now.
Ooh, is Cody B. Johnson in the wall?
He did get in the wall. Sean Anderson's going to have to make this car as wide as Homestead if he wants to hold off Landwehr and Shorts. But every lap he can hold him off. That's good for Shorts. If he can just hold him off one more lap, allow Shorts to close up. We saw it was hard for the 66 to pass. How hard is it going to be for the 58 to pass? This track does offer possibilities, but it's still going to be tough because this is the fight for the championship.
You've got to put on your best Ryan Newman impersonation. Just make them use their stuff to get around you. You cannot go down like a...
And I'm even impressed that Sean Anderson's still hanging on right here. He's doing a nice job. I don't think it lasts, but he is absolutely giving it everything. 66 going to make a move down to the inside. Shorts not closing up as much as I thought he would. And the 66 makes the move back into the championship winning position. And now Shorts kind of has to clear Anderson ASAP now. You don't want a buffer car. And especially with Sean Anderson's taking the top side of the racetrack, that's where all the momentum's at. And you kind of have to, you know, make it one corner of pain, just use it up and just say, hey, I got 5 lap fresher tires. I'm going to make this move, and we can focus up. Now it's back between Landwehr and Shorts, the exact opposite of the previous run. Let's go on board here with the 58 machine. And there's the target. Playful image on the back of Landwehr's car. It's his girlfriend. Oh, and there's a bobble from the 66. He's pushing. He's got his girlfriend on the back of the car. The finger points. It says you're slow, but it's not like the 58 needed any more encouragement, and he gains 0.2 this lap. That was a big bobble from the 66. And who's to say Sean Anderson doesn't end up in the championship winning position? I mean, it's coming down to crunch time. They could easily just overstep that margin. Sean Anderson, he's got 7 seconds to Michael Davis. So, how hard, how aggressive do they want it? It's pretty aggressive right there. Here comes the 58 to the outside, practically shoving him on the exit of turn number 4. 24 laps to go. Shorts around the outside. Is this the move that secures him the Season 8 champion?
I mean, he's still going to have to put on a heck of a defense, but he's made it around.
Oh, that's going to be tight. He's 58's forced up the hill. 66 caught the apron a little bit. And it's not done yet. He has not completed the pass. He's got maybe half a car length. And look how tight it is. The 66 not giving up. Gonna force him to burn his stuff up. He's got 1 lap fresher tires, but for how much longer? You couldn't put a piece of paper between their cars. .66. I mean, this is a stubborn defense between teammates, friends. I mean, he's on the bottom side of the racetrack, and he oh, that's contact! And that's, he's saying, all right, you want to make a little contact on the front stretch? I'm driving it in 2 car lengths deep. Pass me again. What a race we have on our hands here. And again, he gets to the outside quarter panel. But
oh, he's got traffic.
Does he give him a little bump? He's going to give him the bump! That was more than a bump. That was a shove.
That was almost a turn.
He about turned him. Holy cow. Now the 66 has the top side. They've swapped lanes.
I think that might just be Landwehr running for his life right now.
Said, all right, I see what's going on here. My goodness.
I really see a door for Sean Anderson to sneak on through.
Oh, and the 58 now loose. They're just absolutely giving it everything. Reminder that Shorts was the Season 7 champion. He's trying...
Doing it again! He has damaged the back bumper of the 66.
Reminder, Shorts, he's trying to go back-to-back. It's left for damage, like you said. How about this?
I mean, if he's that aggressive, he could damage the front of his car.
Yeah, if he gets front-end damage, that's way worse than rear-end damage to the back of the 66. Andy Arms laughing all the way to the bank in the lead, 3.5 seconds. But this is incredible stuff between the teammates.
Hey, big shout out to Landwehr for being able to hold both of those. Because he was almost sideways the first time.
He's loose off of 2. But he's going to drive it in deep. You know it, and there it is. Don't even have to say it. You already know that he's going to do it. I feel like if Schwartz gets clear, it might be curtains. He's trying to wind it up. He's got half a car length. This is the furthest he's been. He's clear. With 18 laps to go, what does the 66 have in response?
I think he's going to be using that front bumper if he can get to the back of him.
He said, all right, my teammate's willing to hit me out of the way. So it's fair. Everything is fair now, as long as you don't wreck him. But he can definitely give him a nice little shove. Let him know that he's there. But can Jonathan Schwartz go back-to-back? They're going to catch Glenn Murphy Jr. too, so that could be a factor. They're not going to catch Randy. What a race. Can the 58 pull away? Not yet. It's still a car length and a half. But now he's got the clean air, and he's going to start working those 66 tires. Just put your car right where he is and try and make him wear out his stuff. Sean Anderson 3.5 back. He was hoping for just a little bit more contact. They almost both went around at one point through 4.
Yeah, I can't believe the drivers were able to save it.
Let's go on board with him. I mean, now Landwehr, he knows exactly what he has to do. I mean, it's not gone yet. I think Glenn Murphy Jr. just says, decide the championship yourself. That's exactly what he does. He says, I've had my fair share of wins and podiums. There'll be more for me. Oh, 58 hits the apron. This is not over. When do you make the move, though? If the 66 has anything left, when do you use it?
I mean, he's using it right now. He was on the back bumper there.
He's back to the throttle first. He's trying to get him loose. These guys were running hard last run right on each other. This is a whole nother ball game. Because 58, he got clear. He cannot run away, though. That shows you how even they are on pace, but with the clean air and the 1 lap fresher tires, how much did he burn up that extra lap trying to get around the 66? My goodness. They're 4 seconds behind Randy, so they are closing in on him as well. I think they'll run out of time, though.
Yeah, they're only about a 10th faster.
"13 laps to go left in the season. The closest battle on the track is the battle for the championship. They got a couple lap cars ahead of them. Nathaniel Landwehr was 2/100ths quicker on that last lap. They are absolutely running in each other's tire tracks. He's got him loose again. But Shorts holds on again. It was a 10th quick of that last lap. There's another shove to the back of the 58. How much do you want it? I mean, it's there. You could do a slide job. You could just punt him. You can turn him. I mean, all the options are on the table. How do you want to go about racing your teammate for the championship?
We put that thing on the ragged edge and almost got you around. I think you got to know where you're going with it. You've got to be willing to get him either around or so loose that he can't handle the car.
It's just kind of like, when do you do it? Because if I do it and it doesn't work, and it's just, the dynamics here are outstanding. We have 11 laps to go, coming to 10 at the line. They're both absolutely going for it. Here comes another attempt to unsettle the rear bumper of the 58, trying to get him loose out of the groove. And it worked there again. Eric Shields stays high, out of the way.
These are going to be some interesting interviews.
10 laps to go in the season.
Oh, he gets him again. He's got damage on the back bumper of Shorts now.
So they both gave each other left rear damage. Did that give Landwehr front end damage? It did not. Shorts, no damage on the front of his car. So not all's fair on the front end. A little bit of left rear on both. How does that affect the aero? No one's tires have hit the cliff yet. I'm surprised, I honestly am, that no one's been able to pull away, even to that 3 car length gap. If you get to 3 car lengths, oh, he's loose again! We're coming back at him. Shorts blocking, but the 66 going to get to the outside. He doesn't want it. He's gonna try
the inside.
Again, I'm so surprised that nobody. He does get to the inside now. Shorts aggressive on the blocking. The 66 is there. The 58 going to have to drive it in deep. He's going to sacrifice the middle of the corner. He drives way up the racetrack. And here comes the 66 of Nathaniel Landwehr back to the inside. They're still running down your race leader doing this, by the way. The 58's going to have to get that momentum wound up on the top side. But it's going to burn up his tires doing that. But he gets clear. He's going to drive it in deep. 7 laps to go. Single digits on the season. The momentum on the high side, it's working, but for how much longer can he run the high side for 6 more laps? But he gets back down to the bottom and gets clear.
He's about to get moved again.
66 kind of hits the apron. He's a little bit loose. And that allows the 58 an additional half a car length of space. If he can just get it to 2 to 3 car lengths, that's like kind of the margin of safety. Just get it to 3 car lengths to where he can't pack air on your left rear quarter panel anymore. But Landwehr instantly fighting back. Got it down to... The gap was the biggest it had been. It was 0.2 of a second. He gets it right back down to a 1/10. The damage to the 58's left rear is a little bit worse than the 66's, I would say. Of note, here's Michael Davis battling away for 7th with Ryan Tiller. Sean Anderson still sits in 5th. He's 5 seconds back, and just look how close it is. Coming down to the very end. 4 laps when we cross the line. They're still catching Randy. It's 2.4 seconds. I don't think they'll get there. But if it was 10 laps longer, you'd have a really interesting fight on your hands. A battle for the championship and the race win. They're doing everything they can to unsettle themselves. Down the back straightaway. The most impressive thing about this is they're running quicker than Randy, who's in clean air. They are absolutely doing everything they can.
I mean, they're going to leave nothing left out there. All out on the track, all emotions, they are fighting.
And honestly, it's fair. It really is. I know they're beating each other down. Short started it. Landwehr's returning the favor, but they haven't completely just driven through each other. You know, they could have probably just said, hey, I'm just going to drive through your left rear quarter panel, get you loose, and, you know, if you still want to be my teammate, cool. If not, I understand it, but there has been several moments where they could have got on that left rear and just kept going. 2 laps to go on the season. Landwehr, and now he's going to go to the high side. You've been following in his tire tracks for so long. Now he's going to try and get that momentum wound up. And he's going to try a crossover move. This is as close as he's been down the back straightaway. He is practically pushing him into turn number 3. Now Schwartz goes to the high side.
I don't think Schwartz really had much of a chance there. With that bump down the backstretch from Landwehr, he had to take that momentum somewhere, and it was only to the high side he could go.
And we are into the final lap of the season. Randy Arms is going to win the race. Landwehr makes the move. Does Schwartz have anything left? I think Landwehr timed it perfectly. He used that momentum. They're both loose! Schwartz into the wall! And that's it! Landwehr's going to hold him off. He's going to make a last send for it! Oh, he's going to get into his teammate! Schwartz into the wall. He gave it everything. And Landwehr's going to hold him off. Randy Arms wins the race. Landwehr wins the championship. Take another look at the send. The right front is destroyed.
He went through him, by the way. Like, he full-on made contact.
I mean, you can see the hands. Look at the hands. They're both sideways out of turn 2. And into turn number 3.
He was fully prepared to wreck his teammate. I don't even think he really cared about winning. He's just like, we're both going down. We're going to drag race to the line.
And it's an incredible finish. Landwehr set this up perfectly. So many laps of pressure. And then take a look here. With 2 laps to go, he goes to the high side. And he starts building that momentum. Here's the move of the race. And he gets that momentum. He shoves him all the way down the back straightaway. And then he gets to the inside finally. He's been trying to unsettle him and get him loose up the hill. And look at the momentum he was able to gather up on the low side. Schwartz, he fights back on the outside. But Landwehr, he finally got inside of him. A little bit of contact on the entry. He drives it in deep. And obviously we saw what happened on the last corners. They're both loose. Into the wall. And the last lap attempt, last corner, if he was half a car length closer, then we got some big controversy at the end of this. And Randy says, thank you very much. I'll end out the season with a win. Landwehr, we do the end of season demolition derby. They all line up and smash the champion. Last one standing wins that. But holy cow, what a finish. That was 40 laps of just bumper to bumper for the championship.
That might have been one of the best finishes for... Yeah, it still might have been one of the best finishes for a championship that we've been able to see on YG Media.
Absolutely. Holy cow. And they're all going to bash the champion. Probably one of the cooler traditions I've seen. Let's get a blimp view of this and just watch everyone go to town as Landwehr tries to escape, but last one standing wins the demo derby. Ryan Tiller almost goes up and over.
We have a feat that we'll have to check out once all of this is over. Jonathan Mazzalo was able to flip his car by himself.
Interesting.
Like, I was going through and I was looking for them to be lining up, and I just see Mazzella on his side. I'm like, how did that happen? He just went in and whipped it so hard that the car just went up and over.
Let's back it up here.
I have to make it quick.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is I've never seen that before. And then we go back here to the demo derby in progress. We started out broadcasting on Wreckfest. And this is kind of back to our roots a little bit. The champion's off over there, no front cover.
Ooh, the 48's now up and over.
Good shot there. Oh, yeah, it looks... he goes to get a good shot here. What? How does that happen? My goodness.
Got Landwehr over.
Yeah, so I think he towed. Oh, that's a good one there to your Season 8 champion. Casey Brown gave him a good knock. It says, until the engine hangs on, I think that's Ryan Tiller. No, that's Scarbo upside down. William Bowman, I think, is out of commission. The 41's left front looks dead, and they're all just going at it. Yeah, no right front on the 8 machine. There's a good shot to Tiller. This is, you can see at your local county fair. I think this tradition should become commonplace in regular NASCAR too. Just,
I think the owners would disagree with you.
Fine, last race of the new of a new generation or whatever. Last race of the next gen, we can do this. If the drivers don't like it, you bring in some local rednecks from your county fair that do. Look at Casey Brown. That's vintage backwards driving. And he's going to connect on Ryan Tiller. That was a well-executed move. And I think Eric Shield is out of the count. Yeah, there goes.
Oh, ooh, what just happened with Landwehr? Did you see that back there?
What was that? Did like
what in the world?
What? He's trying to do like a kickflip or something. I think we got 4 working cars. Randy Arms, your race winner. Nathaniel Landwehr, your champion on 2 wheels. Ryan Tiller and Casey Brown. William Bowman just says, I'm just going to watch. I am fine with watching. But look at the damage amount, how funky it's got him. It's got him on 2 wheels. And that right front, that's not moving at all. He's dragging the ground. I think we got to go to blimp view now. Oh, Tiller's up and over. That's might be curtains for him. Randy Arms is off. Let's take a look at the move to Tiller. Bam! Why did that flip him over so late? I just don't know. And
there's something definitely goofy happening with these.
Oh, what a shot to the 88. And, but yeah, Bowman just said, hey guys, y'all just hanging out, having a good time. But I think Casey Brown was KO'd from that last hit, and Tiller, he got knocked back over. And it's kind of it's a mano-a-mano right now. I think they'll kind of, they can't hardly turn. Tiller's about to, look at this. Line it up, and we'll just do it to the death. Here's the ultimate game of chicken. Keep it straight if you can. Whose engine survives? Boom! Who gets going? They both do that. That's incredible.
We're going to do it again.
Oh, the left front's broken for Tiller. The right front's broken for Landwehr. I don't even know how you get it turned around for your battle to the death here, but what an incredible end of the season here. They're lining up. They're going to face each other like men. I don't think they can drive in a straight line. Tiller, I think, has the advantage here. He can kind of get it going, and here we go. Kill shot, maybe. And there it is, Ryan Tiller, your Season 8 Demo Derby champion, I think. Well, they both blew their engines simultaneously, so there you go. But there's your champion. I think Tiller's cars looks a little better. So there you have it. Blimp view. There they are.
So who do you want to talk to first? We got Randy Arms waiting. He is the race winner.
Let's go ahead and we'll just be consistent. We'll get Randy Arms in first. Here with your race winner, Randy Arms. Early on, it was you and Glenn Murphy Jr. kind of in your own postal code, and that kind of remained until the second half of the race, and then over that final course of pit stops, Glenn kind of dropped off a little bit. It was comfortable for you out front here tonight, and kind of a dominating win to finish off the season.
Yeah, kind of surprised me in a way. I'm usually not crazy fast here, but for some reason we was able to run the top a little bit, and I think that helped. Me and Glenn kind of found that line early on, and didn't realize that kind of run the top in 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4, kind of saved the tires, just a little more, and we were just fast enough early on in the run that when those guys were on the bottom, they were actually faster at the end, but we had a big enough gap that they couldn't get to us. So I just kind of ran my line, tried not to make any mistakes getting on pit road. I almost sped the last time. I thought I threw it away, and was able to bring home the win.
The last handful of laps, you look in your rearview mirror, you see anything going on behind you with the championship battle? I mean, they were catching you down. They pitted a couple laps after you. They were all over each other, and then in the rearview mirror, you're like, hey, they are just killing each other back there.
Yeah, I actually watched my mirror more than out the windshield the last 10, 15 laps because I was, it was just a heck of a race there for the championship, and kind of looked like Swartz got the wall off of 2 maybe or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, seemed like they were side by side or nose to tail for like the last 20 laps or so. So yeah, that was fun to watch. Glad they could put on a good show there at the end and at least have something exciting going on in the race. Cause I'm sure not having any yellows probably got just a little boring.
Anything but boring with the way they were going at it. But yeah, 4 wins on the season. You missed that one cutoff race, unfortunately, or this maybe could have been your championship if 1 or 2 things fall your way. But another great season from you, and just the perfect way to cap it off with a win here at Homestead.
Yeah, we had a really good season. Just like you said, I missed that one race. Got stuck at work, unfortunately, or I think I would have made this championship 4, and could have had a chance to win it. So yeah, well, pretty successful year. I think that might be the most wins I've had in a single season at least. So try to keep the momentum and try to come back next season and see if we can take home the championship.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on a very successful season, and we'll see you back on Monday night.
Yep. Hopefully we can win that one.
Yeah. Talladega next Monday.
Oh yeah, it'll be interesting.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get your championship winner here. Here with Nathaniel Landwehr. Car's a pile of junk, but it's the best runner-up finish you probably ever had. Just really, you were quick all night long. Just walk me through those last 20 laps with you and Shorts, teammates, just laying it all out on the line for the title.
Yeah, so those last 20 laps were some of the wildest laps I've had and on the service the entire time I've been racing for the past 4 years. But yeah, it was crazy with a teammate all trying to race clean around each other. But I mean, 20 laps to go in the championship race, and that's for championship. I mean, all bets are off, and I tried to stay out of it as much as I could. I felt like I had better long run pace. I just couldn't figure out how to pass him, and he kind of gave me a bumper once and got past me, and from then on I was using the bumper, and I still couldn't even get around him. It was just wild finish.
Yeah, and then obviously you kind of go to that high side with 2 to go, and you swap lanes very late. You finally get to his inside. You're both the hands in the cockpit on the last lap coming off turn 2. You're both dead sideways, You see in your rearview mirror, you're just like, well, here comes a heat-seeking missile, and you just hope that he doesn't get to that back bumper.
Yeah, I was ready for the bump. I was ready to get junked right there, and he hit the wall or something behind me, and ended up working out in my favor, and then tried to get to my bumper in 3 and 4, and just a wild finish. I'm surprised I came home with that. I was starting to doubt myself, but I just gave everything I had, and it worked out there.
It was really just the perfect demonstration of car control. I mean, I know you're teammates, but like you said, 20 laps to go in a championship fight. You're not teammates anymore. You're just going for a championship. He would give you the bumper a couple times. You gave him the bumper a couple times. You both held on to it for the most part. A little bit of left rear damage to both cars. And just watching that car control, I mean, you're both packing air on the left rear, and it's just you guys are just, you were catching Randy doing all that too with the battling. It was just incredible display of long run speed, of car control, and it was just back and forth. I know that second to last run, Schwartz was mainly ahead. You undercut him by 1 lap, you get ahead on the cycle. You know, he gives you the bumper, he gets back ahead, then you get ahead. It's just really, that was probably one of the best fights I've seen, and it came down to literally the last corner to settle the championship. You both should be very proud of that fight. That was well done.
Yeah, super fun battle with Schwartz. I mean, I really good team finish overall the whole season. All ran super well, and I don't know, just glad to race with these guys and learn from them, and hope to come back even better next year.
Yeah, definitely. I know Jared Lindsay had to step aside. He had some, he's got some real world things going on and pursuing some awesome opportunities there. But he's got 5 wins. You pick up 2 in a championship. Schwartz has 1. So what's that? 8 wins out of 16 total, I believe, for you guys on the season, with however many more top 5s and top 10s and everything. It's just an incredible season team wise.
Yeah, just super consistent finishes from all the guys, and I don't know, this is probably the best runner up. Like you said earlier, probably the best runner up finish I've ever gotten. I've gotten quite a few of those this year, so just super happy to have the runner up actually work out. I almost Matt crafted my way into a season. So just,
Definitely. Yeah, but just 12 top 5s it officially ends with out of 16 races. I mean, that is unmatched consistency. But yeah, congratulations on the championship. Well deserved, and we'll let you get any final shout outs in that you got.
Yeah, thanks guys. Just want to shout out all the people back home watching. Really just kind of incentivizes, all of us to race, and you guys for putting on the show. I know I always go back each week and watch it. All the people in the league that are racing. I mean, this is a phenomenal group of guys that we run with week in, week out, and super clean racing through and through. And some of the most fun I've had. And some of these guys I've been racing with for years, and it's just cool to still be racing with them. Well, so I got just going back to people watching back home, just the family watching. I get a text. I look down at my phone after demo derby. I'm getting texts from family, of course, the girlfriend watching too, and super thankful for them, and just thankful for all the admins and everyone for officiating on these races and making everything go behind the scenes. That's all I got.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, massive congratulations. That was some of the most fun we've had broadcasting since we started. But well done, deserving champion, and just congratulations again on the title.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then here with P3, Jonathan Schwartz. Not for a lack of trying. I know you won the title last year and you came up just a couple of car lengths short from going back to back. Back and forth all night. The tire strategy, all 4 guys had a realistic shot at it at one point in the race. That second to last run, you were ahead. Then Landwehr undercuts you by 1 lap on the final pit stop. You come out half a second apart. And then really just those last 20 laps, what was the mindset there racing a teammate with the championship on the line, and just talk me through that back and forth battle?
Well, there are no teammates when you're racing for a championship, so we were beating and banging those last 20 laps. It was a lot of fun, and he was faster all night, so I knew I was gonna have a hard time holding him off. But as soon as he slid in front of me out of 2 on that final lap, I really got loose and caught the wall. But my last shot was I just stepped into the 3 and left the metal on the fence. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's what you got to do. So, it was a good season for us. So hopefully, maybe we'll get another one next year.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, not for lack of trying. You literally left parts all over the turn 4 wall. But yeah, like you said, no teammates. I mean, you gave him the bumper to start it. He gave you the bumper back. It was like I told him, just an excellent display of car control. I mean, you guys were packing so much air in that left rear. And then on that final lap out of 2, he does the slide job. And the hands on both cars were just dead right. And yours was like hand over fist trying to save it and just barely gets in the wall. And then obviously the shot in 4 just leaving it all on the line. But yeah, just an epic fight between, obviously no teammates during those last 20 laps, but it is a fight between literal teammates. Mofo Racing dominated this season, and it was fitting that it came down to you two. And it was just exciting to watch, and it was, hard but fair, obviously. It's tough to kind of like, hey, if that's somebody else, I might just, stay on that left rear a little bit longer and just get him out of the way. But there was definitely mutual respect there between the both of you, and glad it ended up, the way that it did. Definitely something you guys can look back on and be proud of, and just an epic way to cap off the season here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely thinking back on, it's better off that I didn't get to him in turn 4. So I don't think we both would have made it back if I had caught his bumper. But
yeah, Sean Anderson was like, "Hey, thanks guys, I'll take the
yeah,
championship."
he would have been handing one. So yeah, it was a fun race overall. The car drove great with I know Randy had the track state reset at the start of the race, so that would be something to look forward to next year. But man, it's just a great season, great work with you guys. You guys do a great job for us. So hopefully we'll have a even better season next time.
Absolutely. Well, again, many congratulations on the battle and the season you guys had, and it came down to the very last corner. And yeah, just definitely a great conclusion to season 8 here. And yeah, just came up a couple car links short, but yeah, looking forward to seeing what's next for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Here with the rest of the Speed Zone guys, how we doing?
Excellent.
I like turtles.
Thank you, Ryan, for that insightful comment. You are the biggest mover tonight. Ended up 6 spots from where you started, and you had some thrilling battles and a photo finish with Michael Davis at the end of this thing.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling me the biggest without calling me fat. I appreciate that a lot. No, figured something out, and obviously the top guys figured it out late in the run. I didn't need to wrap the corner on exit, so started exiting higher and started getting runs and saving tire on the long run and getting it going. But yeah, Michael and I had a great finish there. I was trying to get Mazzella, but I think Davis was saving his stuff just enough to give me a run at the end. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I was trying to beat him and save the right front as much as I could because it was definitely soft and wanting to give up into the turn. So
yeah, definitely Homestead. Just really an incredible place to conclude a championship. The racing never fails to disappoint. It's just an absolutely incredible. I know people gripe about dynamic track, but Homestead is probably the closest we get to it with multiple lanes and everyone just going at it. And it was had some great battles out there tonight.
I was gonna say, you want to tell that to NASCAR?
Yeah, they go to Homestead every week if we could, but it's a definite just a A+ race tonight. You guys did a fantastic job. No cautions, just had the one stage break, so just another solid result for you guys tonight.
Was this the first week of the new damage model?
Second, I believe.
Second, I really enjoyed that here. You can touch the wall and not kill a car. That was actually really nice.
Give me a second, I can actually tell you.
It was it provided some quality entertainment in the demo derby too. Of course, randomly flipping and two-wheeling.
I don't know if you got the official results of that, but Nate and I did tie because we killed
Yes,
it at the
yes, you
same
did.
exact time.
Tiebreaker goes to the champion, though, so I hate to see it.
I don't. Tiebreaker goes to the guy who hasn't done crap all season. So.
You got 9 top 10s this season. I wouldn't call that nothing. But...
Yeah. I'll send you a calzone, Ron.
I was
I'll
talking
let Ryan
about
take
me.
this one.
Tiebreaker goes to me because I didn't do crap this season. I got to have a win of some sort.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah, I'll make one
calzone
win
trophy
on this
for
one.
Nate and for Ron. I got you guys.
But at this moment, I don't
Can I
care.
get one?
Go ahead, I'll take
My
it.
calzone Mazzel, you owe me one from last year.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you're right. Give me all the addresses. I'll send it in the mail.
Like Nick Bennett finding out he's got more kids, dude. Everybody wants a calzone.
Yes. Whoever comes to my place gets a free calzone.
Art is
Come on.
his way right now. No hesitation.
Hell yeah.
I do like free food.
There you go.
But just a pleasure, fellas, to call y'all's races every week. Y'all do a fantastic job. Clean group of guys, hard racing every week, and more of the same in a thrilling championship fight. So appreciate you guys putting on a show every week.
Hey, we appreciate you, man. You're doing a fantastic job every week, and hopefully we can find some more people to put on a bigger show. We need to like merge with another group or something. I don't know, Randy, wherever you're at.
Now.
Make that happen, okay?
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh man! But just congratulations, guys. You guys should be proud of what you got going on here. Probably the cleanest group I've seen in a long time, and definitely an exciting bunch. And love the chance to call y'all's races.
Thank you, bud.
Yep,
We appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely. Well, y'all have a great night. Celebrate if you need or whatever. But yeah, congratulations.
Already
again.
drinking.
There you go.
What do you mean celebrate? We've been drinking all night.
There you go.
Drinking the green flag.
Love
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
I got to
oh.
give it one more for the season. Here we go. There you go.
There it is. No air taco awards here. No one flies through the air. So
Hey, there was a few people off the ground.
it was in a dedicated demolition derby. So there you go.
I was.
But
We'll see you guys.
all right, have a good night, fellas.
You too.
Here with William Bowman, who's been carrying CMS last couple of weeks.
Hey,
I'm just saying, he's the only one that shows up last couple of weeks for Tuesday nights. It is what it is.
that's right.
But picked up another top 10, tied for biggest mover up 6 positions, and just was a fun race tonight. Looks like you could really just kind of go at it and kind of battle people all over the place.
Yeah, it was definitely tire wear was a factor. You had to take it easy or you burn it up real quick. So, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was fun. Didn't expect to end up in the top 10, but I'll take it.
Yeah, a good way to end the season for sure. Picked up your 5th top 10 this season.
Whoop, whoop.
Very nice.
Right on, man. Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Heck yeah. It was a fun season. Looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely. But yeah, just a thrilling championship fight, and we had battles all over the track. Just love coming to Homestead. Just a driver's track for sure. And
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's strategies and when you get your tires and such definitely make a difference.
absolutely.
Cool.
Excellent.
How the rest of you guys doing? It's been a couple weeks since we've seen you on Tuesdays, but you show up on Mondays, so that's good. We get to see you at least once a week now. But
I just got here, so I missed everything.
no worries. But
I got trouble making the 8:30 time from now on Tuesdays. So.
fair enough. Understandable, but
Right. Definitely life.
yeah, I get that.
At least we know you could stream you guys still.
What was that?
I said at least we could still stream you guys.
Hey, that's as long as you're watching, we don't care. Tune in.
That's right.
It's been a while, so we got to get back to what did everyone have for dinner routine on Tuesdays? What we got?
Hot roast.
Hot roast. There you go.
Local Mexican restaurant.
There it is.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
I had a bag of popcorn.
2 blocks from my house, so
Nice.
it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Smoked beer chicken tacos
Nice.
or beer can chicken, whatever.
Excellent. I had a sausage casserole.
I made
Ooh,
my
that actually sounds pretty good
It
too.
was pretty solid. Very filling too.
Yeah,
He's always eating
Potatoes
that
or
comfort food.
heck yeah.
All right, what'd you have?
I made my own tacos.
There you
I thought he was gonna say he had a freaking honey bun or something.
Bag of chips.
I ain't that fat.
go.
I had a ramen noodles.
Don't be dissing ramen noodles now. That
Oh,
got me
you
through
like-
college.
Yes, sir. Throw
Can't
some
believe anything
Doritos
got
in
you
them
through
bad boys.
Oh man.
I got a case of them in the closet. I'm not
Yeah.
saying anything bad. I'm just
I'm yeah, I think we got one in there that's still expired. Like we had so many that we didn't get through them in all in time.
Were you about to say expired? Can ramen expire?
It said it was expired, so I don't know.
there is absolutely no way in hell those
There's-
things expire.
They
It's
did?
impossible. That's
No,
like saying
it-
salt expires.
Listen, it said.
Have you not seen the videos where they use the freaking ramen noodle as a damn wood for a table?
Listen, I don't know if they labeled it incorrectly, but they said it expired, so we had to get some new ones. But
No.
I have
no.
never seen.
I
ramen
listen.
expire.
I was
How
just.
old is that
They
ramen?
put an expiration date to everything, but you can still eat it.
I mean, fair. I don't know, but
So this chicken in my fridge expired.
so I'm pretty
months ago.
sure. I'm pretty sure what it was. It was in my parents' like pantry for like 8 years, and they gave it to us when we moved out. They're like, "Here you go, like just take it with you." I think that's what happened.
Is a gift.
It was, and then of course we ate most of it. But then we looked at the expiration date, and I was like, "This says it's expired." I'm like, "Ramen can like." See, I didn't even know that it could expire. My wife was the one that looked.
We
at the
only
details.
90% of them. But we're gonna throw the last one away because we
That's
realize
what
it's bad.
That's what I thought. I was like, "See, I'm still kicking. I'm good." I don't know, but
Just ignore it.
yeah. Oh well.
Just write a date on the. Just put a new date on it. You'll be all right.
Right, overwrite. Yeah. But an incredible season. So now we are we'll wait and see what everything got going on for future plans. We're full on Monday nights and Friday nights though, so looking forward to seeing everybody. We go to Daga on Monday, so that'll be a good one.
So are you guys just taking Tuesday off now?
We have no idea what we're doing. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, so we'll just wait and see.
Why you got something from the broadcast on Tuesday?
I'm just curious.
I don't know. I don't know what we got going on. I just know
how much you talking though? Like you want to start talking that, you gotta start talking money.
Tuba Bengay.
Cash money.
Cold hard cash. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just we'll wait and see what the schedule. Yeah, we'll just wait and see what everything announces, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys on Monday.
Yes, sir.
All right, fellas. Have a good one.
Take it easy, guys.
Yep.
Have a good evening.
Always a lively bunch, the CMS boys. But that will do it for Season 8 of LSRL. 16 incredible races. I know they always have like a end-of-season recap. I'd love to see the average cautions per race. It's probably like 1, not counting the stage cautions, of course.
Yeah.
Just an absolute fantastic season. An incredible championship battle. What more could you want? But that'll conclude Season 8. We'll wait and see when the schedule is announced for fall, winter, and provide you with all relevant updates on our future schedules. Let's take one last look here at the race results. Bringing that up right now. Art, your final thoughts on the championship race here tonight?
Honestly, I don't think we could have gone out on a better race for these guys. They might have finished second and third, but it was a battle to watch.
Indeed it was. And then Randy Arms, dominant performance. Just wish he couldn't have missed the cutoff race. People, like, stop letting work get in the way, right? You got to just show up, tell your boss there's more important things to do. But he wins 2 seconds over Landwehr, your champion of Season 8. Just over Jonathan Short. Sean Anderson right there in the mix, and Michael Davis, another top 10, very consistent. He did not get the caution he needed for his strategy to work, but he gave it a great effort. And William Bowman, Lucas Reed rounding out your top 10. Tony Skebber, the first car, 1 lap down. And all of that chaos. We saw Cody B. Johnson hit the wall. We saw Casey Brown smoke the entrance to pit road. I am unsure, rude to say, of what the heck happened to Samuel Demien in all of this chaos. He was on pit road for 10 minutes at one point and ended up 34 laps down. So, yeah, those are your race results. Again, congratulations to Randy on the win and Nathaniel Landwehr for the championship. We'll be back this Friday night for the Season 29 conclusion to Rod Car. That championship's already wrapped up. Matthews Wack clinched last week. And then next Monday night, 8:30 Eastern, we head back to Dega for the regular season finale of Season 2 of the Affinity Racing Series Next Gen. Cut line very tight there, so a lot on the line for all those drivers, but looking forward to seeing everyone back here Friday night, 9 Eastern, and then back here Monday at 8:30. Y'all take care, stay safe, and we'll see you Friday night.